One thing that got said this week that is so true, as Americans, we do. Everybody loves a hero. Everybody loves a hero, and who the hell knows that better than old Cy?
And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. Come on up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag in all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey, guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is actually going to be my review for Scandal. This is season 5, and it's episode 12. Like I said, everybody loves a hero. This is exactly what Cy knows. This is exactly what Cy decided to do. Now, this can really be summed up really easily. This was a good episode, but it didn't have all the twists and turns. Well, it had some, but not as bad as what we're used to with Scandal. Cy has actually sent someone to find out everything that there was to know about Francisco Vargas, the governor from Pennsylvania. And they found out, he is squeaky fucking clean. Literally squeaky clean. And he's the first Hispanic governor in the history of Pennsylvania. So, squeaky clean. People just love him, and that's just the way it is. They love him, but at the same time, when you're squeaky clean, you're kind of boring. So people don't really know who he is. So, here's the one twist that they did. Okay, so we look up and we see Cy's in the office, not in the office, but in a hotel room or whatever with Tom. And I'm telling you, that Tom, special service guy, Tom, he just creepy. He just creepy. I just think Tom actually gets off on being creepy and weird and killing. He really ain't got no business being no Secret Service person. He really should be like, well, I guess he is more so Black Ops is what he should be, because he's just a fucking weirdo. He's one, if you see him, he reminds me of like Jason Voorhees. He does that slow walk and fucks everything up in his path. He really does. Like, literally, he's Jason Voorhees in, like, good clothes. But anyway, so he was like, okay, go get it together. We see Tom meet up with this guy. This guy, literally, he's like this little squirrely guy. But when you look at him real good, he's a skinhead for the most part. But he's more of a peaceful white supremacist activist is what I got from it. So he's not really one with the whole, like, he's for the white supremacy thing, but not, to the violent end of it. Okay. So, he goes and he meets with him and he basically threatens him. But I'm like, what is Tom trying to get him to do? Then we go see him go to Pennsylvania. And he goes down to the office, and they go into the building, and he has something. His belt goes off in the little thing. Tom's behind him, kills the 3, bam, 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 3 shots, kills the 3 officers right out front, and then puts the gun in his hand. And I remember him saying that he was actually, he was saying, are you willing to die for your family members? So I was like, well, what the fuck is that all about? So it was kind of strange. So I'm saying, okay. So then he puts the gun in his hand and tells him, okay, now it's your turn. So I'm saying, all right, so here we got this whole hostage situation. He has Governor Vargas as a hostage, and he's supposed to go up there killing. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Here we go with our twist and our turn. Because I'm saying, now we knew that Cy wanted to use him to try to create this new president. But now you done hired somebody to go kill him? So that got real confusing. And I'm like, what the hell is Tom doing? Then it hit me. We went to a commercial break. And it hit me. And I was actually talking to one of my people on Twitter at the time, and it hit me, bam, like a lightning bolt during that commercial break. I said, he's trying to make him into a hero, because that was the thing. In the background, Governor Vargas was in special ops. And I said it. I said, he's not going to get killed because he knows how to save himself. He did. When at the whole hostage situation, he told, let everybody else go, you just take me. And he did, because he knows how to save his own self. But a lot of people don't know that about him. You know what I mean? So, and that's exactly what happened. Now, they kind of had to rush it along because they had put snipers on the roof and all this shit. They was moving real quick with it. And Sal was on the phone with Tom and told him, you better, this is the one shot. You better make me my hero. And I said, I went back on Twitter. I was like, girl, I was right. I was dead on, which is not always, but I was dead on with it. And that's exactly what happened. Tom kind of got in there, infiltrated, shot. He was in the doorway, and he shot the governor in the shoulder. Just grazed him for the most part. And that kind of threw the weirdo off with the gun that's sitting there, because of course he's hesitating because he really ain't a killer. And in the process, the governor ends up tackling him and saving himself. So like I said, it worked perfect. He ended up with the footage and all of that. Now he's a hero. Now everybody knows who he is. So it's going to be just that much easier to make him a president. Because what do you want for a president? A motherfucker that could take care of a whole hostage situation where he's the hostage, his goddamn self? You're perfectly suited to be the goddamn president. Bam. Everybody loves a hero. So that's what Si's ass was up to. Now, over on the other side, we got Lizzy and goddamn David Rosen. They're going back and forth. They're going at it and carrying on. They got this whole thing where they're trying to set it up, trying to get, lure Susan in. But the only problem is David is steadily falling for Susan. The goodness in Susan is very attractive to David Rosen. Although physically she's not really attractive to him. But he ended up sleeping with her. He banged her. He ended up banging her. She invited him out for dinner. Honey, he went right on up in her box, baby. But he's falling for her. Lizzy, he likes that old filthy, dirty, gutter sex that she does. Child, this one little part, honey. She will tell him. She said something, then she will tell him, turn over. I said, oh, girl, what you doing, honey? Now, you either munching the box or you playing with dildos or something. You doing something that's freaky. I said, David, you didn't get your ass up and get away from her, honey. She had turned his ass out. But anyway, he liked that old gutter bucket sex with her, but he really is falling for Susan, and that bitch knows it. And she get a little nervous and a little jealous about that, but she don't want to let him know. But we seen that. Now, let me talk about this. Another little couple that was doing their thing. All through the episode, we actually see Charlie and Quinn. And they're out entertaining this little boy. And the little boy's like, Uncle Charlie this and Uncle Charlie that. And they're just entertaining this little boy. And I'm like, really? We didn't even know Charlie had a family. Child, come to find out, another twist. That was not. Remember when they took and the little squirrely guy that was supposed to go kill the governor? That was his son. Charlie had done kidnapped the man's son and was literally entertaining the little boy. And then at the end, took the little boy to the police station, told him, go on in there and tell him your name and everything, this, that, the other. I say that somehow grown people could take and coerce children into, because the little boy was having such a good time with Quinn and Charlie, he's like, whatever. He didn't even lead on that he had been taken away from his people. So they told him some lies. They didn't hurt him or anything like that. But I said, boy, that there is scary. That's scandalous. That's scary how someone can really just come and make kids believe any goddamn thing. Kids don't even realize they in the hands of some cold-blooded murderers. But anyway, so that was actually going on with that. Now, the other thing, Olivia and Jake. We see Olivia and Papa Pope is talking. Papa Pope is so goddamn happy with Olivia. He is just ecstatic with Olivia because of the whole situation of how Olivia has handled Melly. you know, it's dirty, it's underhanded, and it just makes him want to come all over himself, you know. And he's like, I'm so happy to study. Then he goes and tells her, you know, Jake is seeing somebody. So he'd have told that. And so her and Jake have a little conversation back and forth about it. He tells her, you know, it is what it is. We ain't together. Then he hit her with the, she's special. You would like her. But it don't have anything to do with what we're doing here. I said, okay. But of course, you know, Liv was a little jealous. Because that's just how Liv is. She's a little jealous. And at the same time, we got Fitz is carrying on trust with that journalist and getting all smart and mean with Abby because Abby's like telling him, you're being too loose with it. Do what you're going to do. But we have to have, that we need a plan for this. Oh, he's just being all smart with Abby, putting her out of his office and hollering at her and keep threatening her job and all this old bullshit. Then they actually have a whole, when they really had a rundown, he told her, you're just mad. You're all involved in it. You're mad because it's not Olivia and you're Olivia's friend. And she told him, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I am. Liv is family. Who the hell is this stinking bitch you're fucking around with? You don't know who she is. You don't know what kind of trouble she might have going on. You already know what Olivia's agenda is. She's family. So with that, yeah, you're right. And he threatened her and all that. And then she ended up telling him, you know what, I'm about sick of this shit. If you're going to fire me now. Don't keep threatening me with this bullshit because you're putting yourself out there. So you're going to do what you're going to do. What you going to do? You going to fire me, Mr. President? Go on and fire me because I'm sick of the bullshit. Paraphrasing. And he told her, you know, he's like, call me Fitz. You know, that's how he is. Call me, if you're going to know everything about my love life, then you need to go ahead and call me Fitz. Because naturally, he had run into a thing where they had been so loose. Somebody got photos of old girlie leaving the White House with her hair on the shovel because he was in there trying to slide it up in her and carry it on. And then Abby had to go clean it up after you was being so fancy with your motherfucking ass, Fitz. He's so stupid. He is the stupidest man. He really is. But then, like, he came around, and now I got a little respect for Abby because she was right. He done fucked up as usual. But anyway, so with Jake and Olivia, Huck ends up coming to see Olivia and telling her, what game are you playing? You're playing the fool. You sit around here sleeping with the enemy. Jake is the enemy. I don't give a goddamn what you say. He's the enemy. He's under your dad's spell. You sit around here with blinders on like you don't understand who you're dealing with. She's steadily talking about, my dad always wins, this, that, thing. Oh, she wouldn't talk to her shit. He ain't up to nothing. Blah, 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 blah. Huck was like, whatever. When the real Olivia comes back, you know where to find me. Baby, she's sitting there talking to her dad. Her dad said a couple things. Then it was all tunnel vision. She's sitting there and it was literally flashing through her mind all the reasons why she should not trust her dad. All the reasons why she's been foolish to trust him and knows that something is going on. And there is a deeper plan for command. Okay? So she sat there and did all that. Then she actually goes to Jake and says, what is my dad making you do? If you tell me what it is, I can help you. And Jake's like, bitch, get out of here. And basically paid her on off. So now we're back to our normal. Olivia's going to be Olivia against Papa Pope, knowing that she can't win, but just having a battle with him because that's what they do. But anyway, that was it. It was a good episode. There wasn't too many twists and turns, but you know, just enough to keep us engaged. It was one of the better episodes. It wasn't boring at all. It was really good. So that's it. That's all I got. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all know how that works. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye, guys.